Hello, good morning everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Audrey. I represent EASTAFRI TV, and thank you for watching the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, click below on the subscription button, and thank you for subscribing to the channel. Now, what is it that we're going to talk about today? We're going to talk about the development of Africa as a continent relies on three specific components. Now, what are those components? We're going to talk about the economic transformation. We're going to talk about leadership transformation as well, and also digital or technology transformation. Those are the key components that the economy, the future of Africa, rely on. Today we are in 2026, in the era of 2026, with AI and all uncertainty that's happening around the world. What is it that Africa needs to do to make sure that we shape our future and for the generations to come? Now, when we talk about economic transformation, we're talking about changing the economic policies so that we do things in different ways. Now, Africa as a continent has 1.3 billion consumers or billion people on the continent. We need to shape that and start working for our people and make sure that we have policies that help our people and help our growth, our economical growth as well. How can we do that? That's why I say that this African development relies on three components. One of them is leadership. So having the right leadership in place can make a difference when you are trying to significantly develop your economy. Now, when we talking about economic transformation and economic policy development, you're gonna make policies that's gonna serve African first. That's gonna help African first, right? When we're talking about that, as a continent in Africa, we know that Africa is a rich continent in terms of natural resources. We need to have policies that are for exportation of any raw material that is coming from our natural resources. If it's gold, if it's diamonds, if it's any mine that's coming in Africa, make sure if it's oil, if it's gas, make sure that it is transformed from our continent first, refined from the continent, and then exported as a refined oil or as a refined gold or diamonds. So that is one of the policies that we need to shape and make sure that if we change that, it's going to help in the growth and transformation of the economy. We're going to build more infrastructures with the revenue that's going to be generated from the right policies can help in terms of how we can build massive infrastructures and massive technology infrastructures as well in Africa and in our continent, create tons of jobs for our younger generation, because the African continent has more younger people that are even educated now. We have scientists, we have tech scientists as well. On the African continent, we have doctors, we have people that are capable of shaping the transformation of the economy in the continent of Africa. Number two thing, if you're looking to transform the economy, we need to think about how can we move goods and people freely within the African continent. No visa within the African continent. Many people in Europe, in the United States, they do that as well. You do not need a visa to go to Washington, D.C. if you live in California or if you live in any other state of the United States. Make sure that our people are moving freely within the continent and have some type of a common currency. Let's say in the United States, they use a USD. In Europe, they use Euro, and so on and forth. But if we can come together as a continent and then transform very big and shape our policies, right? Create policies that's going to enhance our economy and also, allow people and goods to move freely within the continent, and stop exporting all the raw minerals or natural resources that we have in the continent, so that if you're looking to invest in Africa, yes, I understand that African people, they might not have all the resources to transform their natural resources or to refine all their natural resources. But if you're looking to invest or support or work partner with Africa, then go in their country, invest directly, we call it direct investment on the country, and then start creating job from there. Start creating industry there from Africa, right? And then when you do that, not only you'll be supporting the continent, you'll be partnering with the continent, and you can make even more money, because we have 1.3 billion of consumers in the whole continent. So that is economic transformation, to say less, no expanding in all of that. And number second key component is leadership. How can we shape our leadership in the African continent so that our leadership works towards what I just said, the economic development for our people? Leadership is a key component, because all those politicians, they are the ones who make the policies, they are the ones who shape the economy, they are the ones who can corrupt the country, they are the one who can ruin the country. But if we have the right leadership in place that understand where the economy is going right now, in the era of 2026, we will be better off shaped in terms of and continent, in terms of policy making, in terms of whatever else that has to do with making sure that goods, movement, and investments are being done on the continent freely and easily. Let me tell you an example. For example, if you're here in Canada and you're looking to open a company, it can take you a matter of 1 day or 2 days, or maybe a week maximum, right? And you open your company, you start operating, you get all you need and done, right? In Africa, we still have some barriers that are there because of the policies, because of the leadership and all. But if we shape our leadership as a continent, create good policies that allow investors to come in the continent and invest and make profit out of the investment, then we're going to be shaping our economy and making sure that we're transforming the economy for the better future of Africans. Now, number three component that is very key in all that we do. If we're talking about economic development, we also need to talk about technology. Internet in Africa is still seen as a luxury product. Internet, it is still seen as a luxury product in Africa. Right? In the era of AI, artificial intelligence, that process tons of massive of data, right? We need to think about how can we host our own AI data center on the continent, right? If not in your own country, in Africa. If you do that and you create infrastructures that help in terms of enhancing the internet speed, capacity, so that everybody have access to fiber optics and higher internet speed, and they start learning about AI and what AI can do to shape and transform their businesses, then you will be better off. Because once you use that technology, AI, you can use it in education, in medicine as well, medical fields, in anything else that you're doing in the country, military, to protect yourself as well. So technology is seen as a key component for the future of African development as a continent. Now, just to summarize everything, because I'm not going to let this video be very long, I just wanted to discuss about those three components that can help shape African development in the future and in the era of 2026, where we're talking about AI very often, and AI is pretty much the center of everything. Now, we're talking about technology, we talked about economic development, and we also talked about enhancing and shaping the leadership of African continent. Now, in all of that, we also talked about that to transform the economy, we need the right policies. We need to make sure that the goods, we need to make sure that goods and people are moving freely within the continent. No visa in African countries. We need to make sure that if you are an African person, you go in to invest, do not allow anybody to come in your country or in the continent, say, hey, I'm going to help you invest and I'm going to take your gold and I will return it back as a chain or whatever transformed goods. No, if they are looking to invest in the continent, make sure they directly invest in the continent, and also make sure that when we're talking about technology investment or AI, make sure that we have access to good infrastructures that's going to help shape our, that's going to help. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. And if there was one thing that we need to do to make sure that we keep this momentum going, this growth, this future opportunity in terms of developing our continent, what will be that thing? If there was something, only one thing that we need to do to make sure that we keep the momentum going in terms of thinking wisely on how the continent can be developed in the future, what will be that thing? My answer to that question will be shaping the leadership, making the right policies, and making sure that the people and goods are moving freely within our continent, and also are working towards digital transformation and AI, and building massive centers, massive data centers to host all those AI data in our continent so that we can be independent, digitally speaking. All right, so that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. And for those who don't know me, my name is Audrey. I represent EASTAFRI TV and EASTAFRI Consulting as well. If you have any question at all, you can reach out to EASTAFRI. Be more than happy to answer your questions. And one more thing that I wanted to add on this is to tell you that in Africa, we can do better. If we can have common currency, free movement of goods and people, also transform the technology, invest directly from the country, no exportation of raw minerals or material, then we'll be better off in the next decades to come. Thank you, everyone. You have a good day. Bye now.